Most people think only those born lucky or with an inheritance make it. But those who know the game learn that entrepreneurship, discipline, and emotional control matter more than any high salary. Wealth isn't about how much comes in. It's about how much stays and what you do with what's left. It's a matter of consistency, not luck. And what if there are 3 silent habits keeping you from your first million, even if you already earn well? They're subtle mistakes, disguised as normal, that sabotage your results without you noticing. Today, you'll find out what they are, and how to flip the script before it's too late. Some folks think the problem is the government, the market, or plain bad luck. But a mentor watching from afar sees it clearly. Most of these people aren't fighting to survive. They're stuck in the comfort of routine. They earn well, have a nice house, a decent car, take trips sometimes. Yet inside they feel that nagging question, why haven't I hit my first million? The answer almost never lies outside. It's about emotional control, or rather, the lack of it. Strangely enough, the better life gets, the harder it is to leave the comfort zone. Routine becomes an addiction disguised as stability. And when someone brings up entrepreneurship or financial discipline, the excuse pops up, I don't have time. But time is exactly what people with self-confidence and clear goals seem to have. The problem isn't time, it's consistency. It's the willingness to trade instant gratification for lasting results. Here's the blind spot. Many believe becoming a millionaire is luck, when in reality it's the consequence of conscious daily choices. It's waking up and deciding not to be a hostage to circumstances, but the owner of them. And when the mentor reveals the first big mistake that wrecks the journey to a million, the tide starts to turn. Most people spend their entire lives saving crumbs, when the real secret is increasing income. Simple, but most don't see it. If what you earn barely covers the bills, the focus shouldn't be investing. It should be creating new income streams, chasing opportunities, diving into entrepreneurship, and letting self-confidence guide the process. Now, if you can already invest monthly, that's when the game changes. Enter the trio that builds wealth: strategy, discipline, and consistency. It's not about doing everything at once, when it's about emotional control so you don't panic when progress looks slow. The millionaire isn't the one who works the most. It's the one who stays consistent even when nobody's watching. They understand time is their biggest ally, and patience is the filter between dreamers and doers. When treated with respect and vision, money starts working for you. When the mentor says that, the room goes quiet. Deep down, everyone knows they're a step behind, not for lack of luck, but for lack of strategy. That's when he reveals the first fatal error that keeps wealth from growing, the one that slowly eats away at everything you build. The mentor smirks and says, "It's not how much you make, it's how much is left at the end of the month." And there's the first killer mistake: letting your lifestyle rise at the same pace as your income. The raise comes in, and instead of investing it, here comes the impulse. A better car, pricier rent, more dinners out. On paper, it looks like progress. In practice, it's self-sabotage disguised as a reward. Your net worth doesn't grow, it just changes shape. The trap is sneaky. The more you earn, the more you feel entitled to spend. And when money becomes a status tool, discipline walks right out the front door. That's why so many high performers stay stuck in the same loop. Work more, earn more, spend more. Financial consistency fades, emotional control weakens. Short-term thrills win over long-term purpose. But those with a future-focused mindset know real freedom comes from living below your means, turning surplus into investments, and investments into concrete results. That mindset separates those who accumulate from those who just consume. And while many keep feeding their egos, the mentor sets the stage to reveal the second most dangerous mistake, the one that makes you waste years hunting for the perfect investment. Plenty of people spend their lives hopping from strategy to strategy like channel surfing for something decent. The mentor watches and says, "You don't need the perfect investment, you need consistency." Early on, what matters most isn't returns. It's how much you invest every month, with discipline, emotional control, and a focus on results. But the human ego loves shortcuts. That's why so many waste time chasing magic formulas instead of building real financial self-confidence. The problem is that the best investment hunt is just a polished excuse not to act. It's fear dressed up as prudence. Truth is, the person who starts small and stays consistent always goes farther than the one waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment never arrives. Only those who start do. Smart entrepreneurs know this and focus on what they can control, their behavior. While many keep running in circles trying to predict the market, the mentor quietly smiles. He knows money follows direction, not indecision, and right there at the turning point, he reveals the third and sneakiest mistake of all: quitting halfway, right when compound interest was about to kick in. Starting fired up is easy. Sticking with it when results lag is the hard part. The mentor sees it all the time. People with solid income, controlled expenses, and they still blow it because they stop in the middle. They pause contributions, cash out early, and destroy the power of compound interest, the real engine of wealth. Urgency is the enemy of prosperity. It trades consistency for impulsiveness and discipline for regret. There's no shortcut to the first million. There's emotional control. It's staying the course even when it looks like nothing's changing. It's knowing each contribution is another brick in your freedom fortress. When you stop, time quits being your ally and becomes your enemy. It's like pushing a car uphill and letting go just before it gains momentum. But those who keep the tempo through the storms discover the secret isn't how much you make. It's how committed you stay. That consistency creates an invisible force that works while you sleep. That's when the mentor with calm eyes lays out practical solutions to put anyone back on track. Simple, but requiring the courage to change your lifestyle and rewire your mind for abundance. The mentor takes a breath. Getting rich is simple. It's just not easy. The first shift is what he calls economy mode. It's the period when you focus on stacking capital, investing regularly, and letting time do what it does best: multiply. In this phase, discipline and emotional control are more valuable than any return percentage. It's time to adjust your lifestyle, not upgrade it. The real power is learning to live well while spending less. The second shift is spotting the two biggest budget villains: housing and transportation. So many people trap themselves with car payments and rent that drain their income, then blame the system. Those who master the game know financial freedom requires strategy. Choosing where to live, how to get around, and how much comfort you're willing to trade to speed up your future. It's personal entrepreneurship, swapping status for real results. And the mentor adds a sharp note: audit your tiny automatic expenses. Those subscriptions, streamings, and cheap little things that add up to a fortune over a year. Do a zero-based budget and treat each dollar like a soldier. It either fights for you or against you. Once the ground is cleared, it's time to increase income, create new streams, and learn to invest with clarity and self-confidence. And that's exactly where he's headed next. At the start, the most important factor is your monthly contribution. How much you invest, not where. Over time, the game changes. Returns begin to matter. That's when study, strategy, and patience come in for solid results, not quick wins. Avoid weak assets, grasp risk, and diversify wisely to build a strong foundation. Money loves intelligent handlers and runs from emotional ones. This is the stage where emotional control becomes your prime asset. Markets rise and fall and panic spreads fast. But those with self-confidence and discipline know real profit comes from calm, not haste. Emotional investors react. Strategic investors observe. That quiet difference separates wealth builders from those who lose everything with a single click. With time, the mentor shows that investing is less about numbers and more about behavior. The long-term consistency turns small gains into a rising tide. And while many still chase fads and rumors, he prepares the learner for the next step, understanding that international diversification isn't a luxury, it's protection. The mentor speaks softly, almost as a confidant. Never put your whole future in one country. Keeping all your wealth only in Brazil is like building a house on shaky ground. Inflation, taxes, currency, everything can flip overnight. Holding part of your assets abroad isn't showing off. It's a protection strategy. It's about emotional control, self-confidence, and a long-term view. Those who understand the game know entrepreneurship and real wealth demand global safety. International diversification means when one market wobbles, another holds. It protects years of effort through discipline and consistency. It's not about abandoning your country. It's about safeguarding what you built. The wise investor thinks like a general: spread resources, fortify bases, and never let a single mistake take down the whole fortress. That's how you build stability in chaos. In his eyes, there's something deeper, a call to awareness. Because in the end, wealth isn't just about money. It's about freedom of choice. Anyone pursuing that freedom must master their own behavior, understand the power of time, and apply everything learned so far. That's exactly where he opens the door to a bigger reflection. Now that you know what's really holding you back, the question is simple. What will you do with this knowledge? Keep justifying the same habits that keep you stuck, or take control of your story? The mentor always says money is a mirror. It only reflects your level of discipline, consistency, and emotional control. Change on the inside, and the outside follows. Think about it. How many opportunities slipped by because you didn't believe in yourself enough? How many plans died halfway because you lacked self-confidence? The first million doesn't begin in your bank account. It begins in your mind. Only those who choose to act with entrepreneurship and courage achieve the results others call luck. So if you want to keep learning how to master the money game, subscribe to the channel right now and turn on notifications. Here you'll learn how to transform your mindset, multiply your income, and build the financial freedom you've always wanted. Change starts with one click, and maybe this is the click that changes your whole life.